Do you want more followers in Pinterest so that you can get more traffic and sales? Keep watching. Hey there, this is Shruti, and on this channel, I teach creative entrepreneurs how to grow their audience, income, and impact online using social media and online marketing. So without further delay, let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to follow other influencers in your niche. Now, the reason why you want to follow other influencers in your niche is twofold. The first reason why you want to do that is so that you can get their attention. Because when you follow other influencers in your niche, they are more likely to come back and check out your profile and also follow you in return. And the second reason why you want to follow influencers in your niche is so that you can have access to high quality premium content from them that you would otherwise have to spend hours and hours looking on Pinterest for. Now, the way the Pinterest home feed works is that it is a combination of all of your different interests from all of the different profiles that you follow. Now, if you make sure to follow other influencers in your niche, then what that does is that it populates your home feed with a lot of high quality, fresh, premium content that you can then further save and share with your audience as well, further boosting your followers and your traffic. Now, if you're wondering how many people to follow on a regular basis, I would say somewhere around 20 to 25 people every single week so that you can slowly build your organic audience as well as have access to better and better content on your home feed. Tip number 2 is to add the Pinterest follow button. Now, this hack will only work for you if you have a website to begin with because you need some place to actually add the Pinterest follow button. Now, what the Pinterest follow button does is that it allows people on your website to actually follow your Pinterest account, thereby organically growing your reach without having to do anything crazy on Pinterest. The simplest way for you to do this is to head to the Pinterest website widget builder and then add in the link to your Pinterest account, which is then going to generate a custom code for you that you can then take and apply anywhere in your website. Now, you can add that to your sidebar, to the bottom of your blog post, or anywhere else where you want people to be following your Pinterest account. The idea here is that anytime anyone visits your website, whether that is from Pinterest, from Google, from YouTube, they have a chance to actually look at your account and follow your account directly from within your website instead of having to go to your Pinterest account first. The next hack is to create boards based on audience research. Now, if you have a business account, which you very well should, if you plan to use Pinterest to grow your audience or income online, then you will also have access to a special feature which is called analytics within Pinterest. The best place for you to find out exactly what your audience is interested in is to just head to your analytics, head to your audience insights, and then check out the categories and interests of your particular audience. What you can also observe here is that when you click through to the categories and interests, you're going to see subcategories and sub-interests, which will then give you a lot of ideas to actually generate new content as well as create new targeted boards that will attract the audience that is interested in those topics. The reason why this strategy works is because oftentimes people on Pinterest don't necessarily always find you through your pin or through your account. Sometimes they can find you through your boards. And when you have a lot of targeted boards which attract the right kind of audience, aka your ideal audience, then you have a higher chance of them actually checking out your account, following your content, as well as clicking through to your offers or to your links. The next tip is to add keywords to your profile name. Now, if you've seen any of the other videos on this channel, I've always made one thing very clear, and that is that Pinterest is a search engine first and a social media platform later. This means that if you are not discoverable on search, whether that is your profile name, your boards, or your pins, you are going to lose out on more followers and more traffic. So the easiest way for you to make sure that it doesn't happen to you and you're actually discoverable in search is to make sure that you add specific searchable keywords to your profile name. This makes sure that anytime anyone is searching for a particular topic in that particular niche or category, they will be sure to find your profile, click through, and follow you. Hack number 5 is to leverage trends. Now, if you're based in the US, UK, or Canada, you have access to an amazing tool called trends.pinterest.com. Essentially, what this tool does is that it shows you exactly what is trending in different top categories in Pinterest, and you can use those ideas to create new content, to create new boards, and in general build a faster following in Pinterest than if you were to not leverage these trends. Now, again, depending on where you are in the world, you may or may not have access to this data, but if your audience is based in any of these countries, you might benefit from looking at these search trends. And obviously, the more high in demand your content is and the more it is trending, the higher your likelihood of attracting a bigger audience as well as getting more followers on Pinterest. Hack number 6 is to simply publish more pins. More content equals more discovery equals more followers. Now, this is pretty much the same recipe across different social media channels. The great thing about Pinterest is that you don't necessarily need to be pumping out new blog posts or new products over and over again. However, you can create new images and new pins for all of your previous blog posts as well as your landing pages, and make sure that you are posting that and publishing and sharing that on Pinterest on a regular basis. What this will do is that it will give your audience more ways and chances to to interact with your content, which will further boost your reach, your audience, as well as your followers. If you post on Pinterest just once a week versus someone who posts on Pinterest, let's say 3 or 4 times a week, you will see the difference in the growth of your account as well as in the growth of your traffic as well. The reason here is quite simple. Not only do you give more chances to your audience to reach out to you as well as follow you, but you also make Pinterest understand that you're an active pinner whose content should be distributed and promoted to other people as well. A good rule of thumb to follow here is to have a 50-50 strategy. This means that 50% of the content on your profile is going to be your content, which is going to be the pins that you create, and 50% of it is going to be content that you save from other people's profiles. So remember the influencers you were following in hack number 1, that is where you will head to actually save their content, which is going to be relatable to your niche and to your boards as well. Hack number 7 is to join group boards in your niche. Now, the way to look at group boards is to look at them as an audience amplifier. Now, think about it. If you are someone who's just starting out on Pinterest, let's say you have 50 followers versus someone who has 5,000 followers, and you go and join their group board, you automatically have access to their 5,000 followers instead of just having access to your 50. This means every time you create new content, you have a much larger audience that actually sees your content, interacts with that, as well as has the chance to come and follow your profile as well. When it comes to group boards, the formula here is quite simple. More eyeballs equals to more traffic equals to more followers. The next hack is to test multiple pin designs. Now, if you haven't yet checked out my video on how to create viral pins for Pinterest, make sure to do that as soon as you finish watching this video. Now, if you're wondering why should you be creating multiple pins for the same topic, let me tell you why. The reason why you want to be testing multiple pin designs on your profile is because not everyone responds to the same type of pin. Now, I can tell you what are the key things that you should be putting into every pin. However, the way that your audience in your niche and on your topic responds might be really different. There is no blanket strategy when it comes to creating pins that work. You do need to put in the effort and the time to test multiple pin designs and see which one is performing better with your audience and which one is not. Now, some of the things that you can tweak when it comes to your pin designs include your images, your fonts, as well as the titles that you add to your pins so that you can figure out exactly what is resonating with your audience and create more of such pins instead of wasting your time creating pins that aren't really getting you much clicks or much traffic. Now, if you're interested in having pin designs that are proven to convert and work, you can check out my viral traffic templates linked in the description box below, where I've compiled 70 plus traffic templates based on my own experience that are proven to get more clicks, traffic, and conversions. The next tip is to use seasonal content. Now, pinners are usually on Pinterest to look for new ideas, plan something, or to actually do shopping, which means that when you incorporate seasonal trends such as Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Diwali, etc., you make sure that all of the pinners who are looking for content related to these topics flock to your profile, check out your content, and follow your account as well. Now, this hack is going to differ based on where you are in the world because there might be country-specific holidays that don't really apply to an audience outside of that country. So make sure to check out the holiday calendar in your country and then plan out content 30 to 45 days in advance so that by the time that pinners are actually looking to plan and shop for these particular holidays, your content is already out there, is discoverable in search, and gets the kind of clicks and reach that you want. The next hack is to add the Pinterest save button to your website. Now, people won't always find you within the Pinterest platform. They also might find you while scrolling on your website, and they might want to share your content with some of their friends and family. This means that if you don't have a Pinterest save button on your website, you potentially miss out on getting people to pin from your website directly as well. This hack is literally going to take you 5 minutes, but can make a lot of difference when it comes to growing your reach as well as your followers on Pinterest. You can use a simple social sharing plugin such as Social Pug or Monarch, etc. Make sure to check out if it is compatible with your website and your backend as well. Or you can add a plugin such as Pinterest hover button so that anytime anyone finds an interesting pin or an image on your website, they're able to share it on their Pinterest as well, which brings you a bigger audience and a bigger reach as well as more followers. So that's it for this video. Let me know which of these hacks you're going to implement. Make sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you'll be the first to know each time I release a new video on social media marketing. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.